We will begin today with the origins of principles, by proving the existence of God to establish the basis from which we proceed to what follows. Beginning, what indicates to us the existence of God? It is the common sense and reason, and we will first talk about innate evidence. What is common sense or instinct? We often hear this word. What does it mean? How does it indicate the existence of God? Instinct is the forces and impulses deposited in a person's soul, the effects of which appear during his growth and interaction with his environment, starting with his grasping at his mother's breastfeed, then his attraction to truths and sound morals. Instinct can be likened to a human being, to an operating system. This operating system has components they cooperate and combine with each other to produce a normal human being. So God created human and guided him by nature, acknowledging that he in this universe has a creator and ruler, and feeling the need for this creator, as well as resorting to him in times of adversity, and he guided him by nature that will form in him the rational assumptions by which he will understand the letter of this creator and his assignment to him. He guided him to ask about the purpose of his existence and his fate after his death, which would be the driving force to search for the command of his creator and act upon it. He also guided him to the moral tendency of an innate love of goodness and justice, etc., and hatred of evil, injustice, and corruption in harmony with the legitimate commands of the Creator, so man inclines to them and loves them. And he guided him to the feeling of free will, which makes him choose his actions in obedience to the Creator or disobeying him, and he guided him to the instincts of God. A crisis for his normal living as long as he is in the probation period on this land, such as the maternal instinct and the instinct of love of survival. This is explained definition of common sense or human nature. It is therefore an innate group that cooperates in a way it is amazing that it produces a normal human being who works for a purpose. Innate nature may be overshadowed by what obscures it during the course of a person's path. A person may overpower it, turn a deaf ear to its call, or even suppress it and obliterates it. He no longer hears this deep call, but all of this does not negate the fact that it was originally present in him before this defeat, and it continues to attack him from time to time, and is attracted by he digs up for it and shakes off the rubble accumulated on it. Therefore, this common sense or human nature poses a major dilemma for atheists. For them, this nature represents an external intervention from willful and knowing force that transcends random biochemical reactions. The atheist's predicament is like the predicament of someone who told you. This is a computer that was formed by pure chance, the parts of which were put together, and it came together without a maker, but rather strong and stormy winds that brought it together in this way. We opened the computer and it contained a complete, consistent operating system and programs, each of which had purpose. How do you explain the existence of these programs, you atheist? If we swallow your ridiculous lie about the hardware, how do you explain the presence of this software content on the device? Abstract biological chemical reactions, random mutations, and natural selection. If we ignore the fact that they cannot create a human being and hand it over to you and say, it created a human being and infused life into him, all these blind meanings, where can it deposit this bundle of meaning in the mind and soul of this human being, consistency directed? How do you explain the formation this same bundle in every new soul that is born? Some atheists acknowledged the dilemma, including the British atheist philosopher Thomas Nagel in his well-known book entitled Mind and Cosmos, why the materialist neo-Darwinian conception of nature is almost certainly false. The book reviews 3 basic issues, explaining the inability of Darwinian materialism to provide a solution to them, which is awareness, perception, and values. However, the writer remained an atheist. As for atheists in general, how did they deal with the dilemma? They hesitated between denying the innateness of these components. That is, some of them denied the existence of these components in a person beginning with his birth and considered them to be the effects of upbringing and the social environment, and some of them acknowledged their existence but tried to find material explanations for them, and both parties fell into confusion, contradiction, and the unreasonable, as we will see in the next episode. This was an explanation of the definition of common sense or human nature, and of the atheist's overall problem with it. In the coming episodes, we will see the miserable predicaments of atheists with every component of nature mentioned above. The next episode will be about the tendency to religiosity, so wait for it. Don't forget to share the video and support us if you find this useful. Thanks for watching.